Long ago in the village of Arobinago, where the spirit influence was felt in every corner, it was said that Sụrụgede was not a dance for the living, only the choosing, guided by the spirits and with the force protection, could partake in his rhythm without harm. At that time, there was a sacred hill called Ugwueke. This hill was believed to be the dwelling place of the spirits, and the townsfolk often sought their guidance during difficult times. Atop this hill stood a massive Udala tree and a mystical spring, where it was said the spirits gathered to perform their sacred dance, Sụrụgede. One fateful day, a wise young woman named Adugo visited the sacred spring to speak with the spirits about the troubles plaguing their town. The people had abandoned their ancestral practices, allowing greed and selfishness to take root. This caused the town's prosperity to decline. The once pure spring began to flow with blood, signaling the displeasure of the spirits. Adugo sought the counsel of mmuo, the custodian of the Ofo, a sacred symbol of authority and harmony between the living and the spirits. The Ofo represented ancestral power, justice, and the divine bond that united the community. Mmuo, a man revered for his wisdom and deep connection to the spiritual realm, explained that the only way to restore balance was to summon the spirits through the dance of Sụrụgede atop Ugwueke. He warned that the spirit would test the purity of the people's hearts and select a new leader to guide the town back to righteousness. On the day of the ceremony, preparations were made for the sacred ceremony. The townspeople gathered at the hill, but one man, Ajobi, a deceitful and selfish individual, sought to manipulate the spirits to make himself leader. As the ceremony began, mmuo lifted the Ofo eye and invoked the spirit, saying,
Ndị nna nna, anyị na-arịọ gị ka ị gbaghara anyị njehie anyị, meere anyị ebere, nyekwa anyị ike iji wughachi njikọ anyị na gị.
The haunting rhythm of Sụrụgede began to rise. The music was so powerful that even the strongest could barely withstand its force. As Adugo played a udu drum, a sudden whirlwind engulfed Ajobi, lifting him into the air and casting him before the spirits. The spirit emerged, glowing like molten gold and flowing water, their presence overwhelming and awe-inspiring. The spirit spoke in thunderous voices.
Ọfụ bụ akwa mmiri dị n'etiti anyị na gị. Ọ bụrụ na a na-asọpụrụ, udo ga-alaghachi n'ala.
Under the guidance of the spirits, mmuo declared Adugo as a chosen leader, recognizing her pure heart and selfless devotion to the town. Raising the Ofo once more, he declared,
Ka ike nke Ofo a na-egosipụta nkwenye anyị maka ezi omume na nkwanye ugwu anyị maka ndị dị ndụ na ndị nwụrụ anwụ.
With the ceremony complete, the spirits retreated, and the sacred spring returned to its pristine state, flowing clear and pure once more, warning and daring no one born of a woman and without a clear heart to defy the Sụrụgede, the spirits' dance. Adugo became the new leader of the town, ordained by the gods as the Zenwanyị, the woman king, while mmuo continued as the custodian of the Ofo, ensuring the community remained on the path of justice and unity. Together, they guided the town into an era of renewal and prosperity. The people learned that the spirit's favor could not be bought, but earned through sincerity and moral integrity. As the day went by and calm settled within the land, where the spirits had dominion, two young men, Ugochukwu and Obialo, emboldened by youthful pride, decided to defy the warnings of the spirit. Drawn by their allure of the forbidden Sụrụgede, they mocked the sacred dance, declaring that no power could control their fate. On the fateful night of the ritual, when the sacred drums began to beat, and Ezemo, the chief priest, called upon the spirits, the two men stood apart from the gathered crowd, laughing and mocking. They declared,
ọ bụrụ na egwu a dị ike, ka anyị hụ na o gosipụtara onwe ya.
Ignoring the pleas of the villagers and the stern warnings of Ezemo, Ugochukwu and Obialo stepped into the sacred square. They mimicked the movements of Sụrụgede, their steps chaotic and disrespectful. At first, the spirits remained silent, but as the drums reached fever pitch, a heavy stillness descended upon the square. The air turned cold, and a whirlwind rose, circling the two men. Their mocking expression turned to panic as their limbs moved without their control. The rhythm of Sụrụgede consumed them, their bodies jerking and spinning in perfect synchronization with the haunting melody of the Oja flute. The crowd watched in horror as the spirits took their vengeance. Ugochukwu and Obialo danced relentlessly, their faces a mix of terror and ecstasy. They could not stop, their feet were borne to the ground by an unseen force.
Nwata na-agba Sụrụgede maka na ọ dị ụtọ, ya marakwa na Sụrụgede bụ egwu mmụọ.
The drums seemed to grow louder, drowning out their cries for mercy. As dawn broke, the spirits released their hold. The two men collapsed to the earth, lifeless. Their once vibrant forms now still, a stark reminder of the god's power. The village fell silent. Ezemo, clutching the offer, declared,
Ka nke a bụrụ ihe mmụta nye mmadụ niile. Chi ekwesịghị ịkwa emo. Sụrụgede bụ egwu maka mmụọ, ọ bụghị maka ndị dị ndụ.
From that day, the tale of Ugochukwu and Obialo became a cautionary story, passed down through generations. The villagers ensured that the sacred rituals were respected, and no one dared to challenge the spirits again. The legend of Sụrụgede, mmuo, remained a symbol of the delicate balance between the living and the divine. The legend of Ugochukwu and Obialo could be further immortalized in the form of a statue, symbolizing the consequences of defying the gods. The statue would serve as a visual reminder in the village square of Arobinago, depicting the two men frozen mid-dance, their faces carved to express both terror and ecstasy. Placed at the edge of the sacred square, the statue is surrounded by offerings left by villagers who seek forgiveness or blessings from the spirits. The stone figures, weathered over time, hold a mysterious aura, reminding everyone who passes of the tale's enduring moral. Respect the divine and the traditions that honor them. Moral of the story: the offer is a sacred emblem of trust and connection. Each person must strive to live with a pure heart, because the spirits see beyond what is visible to humans. Through the dance of Sụrụgede, it was revealed that the spirits value honesty, unity, and respect for both the seen and unseen worlds. And finally, that Sụrụgede as a dance is meant only for the gods and those choosing to honor them.